Okay, so let's start this adventure up. I'll open it with Blake coming through the door. Comes through the door, stumbles out. Maybe the door closes behind him by itself. Alright. And kind of shoves him out. And he stumbles onto the ground. And let's see what he sees. This is the first scene. Okay. The chaos factor's at 5. Let me get the cards out. Let's see what we see here. Alright. So again, we want a scene description here. And let's go from that. Alright, so I'm not worried about the no. I'm not answering any questions yet. So what we have here, move towards a thread. And what is our thread? Our thread is down here. Blake wants to go, keep skipping little words here, wants to go back home to Drifter World. Alright. So this is going to move him towards that. Subject, exterior factors, action, postpone. Alright, what else we have? Okay, so the chaos factors of 1 to 9 is expected. So what you expect to happen in the first scene, that's what it's probably going to be. Description good. And frighteningly good. Towards a thread. Exterior factors. Postpone. Now what can we put together with that? Based on the adventure hook that I was able to do. Again, local market is being terrorized by a town of baddies. By a town baddie. He'll make it go away if the manager's girlfriend will go on a date with him. Meanwhile, Blake enters, but he's followed. So, exterior factors, I'll say that is the market, maybe the market's to the side, or he falls right in front of the market. Postpone. Maybe this guy is in there, the baddie is in there, but he's action is postponed because everyone's in shock of seeing this door open up and Blake coming stumbling out. And good, frighteningly, so everyone's frightened, including the baddie, okay, that's harassing the folk in the market. Okay, so notice I just kind of just roll with it because I'm going with the setup of this already. I'm kind of getting that scene going. So that sets it up pretty nicely. So he's outside. There's a market. I'll say a market. The market's that way, and there's some pedestrians probably watching the whole thing, including the guy that's harassing the folk in there. And he's frightened. He's frightened. So I'll ask a question. I can ask 2 to 3. I'd say I'll try to stick it to 2. So my question will be, so I'll put this card here underneath here. My question, I'm still in the first scene, is what should I ask? So Blake gets up and he dusts himself off. And he moves forward because he doesn't know any. But actually, this doesn't look familiar. So maybe he goes and he asks somebody in the market, and this could be a new NPC. Excuse me. What town is this? What town is this? And does he get an answer to his question? So I'm going to look at this again. This card over here. Chaos is at 5. And I'd say on the chart here I'd say it's likely. Not very likely because everyone's kind of freaked out seeing that. I'd say it's likely. So I pick up the 2 cards. If I get the first yes, it's a yes. Alright, so but I gotta pick up 2 cards. So first one's no. That's okay, I keep going. Alright, second card. Notice it's upside down because it's been shuffled already. Is no. Okay. So no. Because I didn't get any yes. So, and that's 2 cards. It's no. Okay. So now I can say, okay, an NPC action. I can pick and choose these as much as I want here. War. Decrease. Okay. 1 to 2 expected. 3 to 9 altered. So there's an altered thing. Because I'm at a chaos of 5. It says 6 to 9. Oh no, I'm sorry, 3 to 9 altered. Creepy. Carefully. Okay. So the town person is very creeped out and is careful around Blake. Blake looks around. He sees posters on the a poster on the wall of this market declaring a war. And bold on the bold headline. It could be a newspaper headline or one of those bulletins. War. Decrease. Okay, action decreases. Okay, so I'm all kind of putting this together as part of the altered thing. So no, the NPC doesn't say anything, but maybe he or she, I'll just say he for this for the sake of moving things along, is maybe he's just he's going away, so he's kind of skedaddling away from Blake because it was such a odd thing he just witnessed. Okay, again, bulletin on the wall, something about a war. It could be it might not be like a civil war, but it could be something to do with like maybe a fugitive from the war time. In this case, we'll make it a lot like Earth. Make it Civil War. Okay. Creepy. Yeah, carefully. So he carefully backs away from Blake, not saying anything. Alright, so I got another question. Alright. And actually, I can add that NPC to the character list. It's number 5. say male townsman. Alright, so Blake goes to ask a woman. Hopefully she's not freaked out. So does she tell him? Does she tell him? And we shall see. Let's see. And again, we're still at 5, so I need 2 to get a yes. Yes. Oh, this was the previous one. Sorry. Let's put that in the bottom. Alright, so I got to pick 2 cards. Does she tell him? Exceptional yes. But it's a PC negative. Okay. And it's 1 to 5. It's expected. Okay. Description, loudly, mighty. Intrigues. Attack. No, attach. Attach. So, mighty and attached. Loudly. So this is not good. I think it has something to do with... yes, she tells him the name of the town. Yes, you are here. And attached is a mighty... I'd say maybe it's a mighty... loud. She's loud. And maybe she goes and she gets... she's not... Maybe it's... I'll just say the guy, the henchman comes over. And she's kind of like... he's an outsider, so maybe it has something to do with a fugitive. Maybe she thinks he's a fugitive. Or something along those lines. So... I'll read it as that. So that's what I'll say. So what we'll do... Now I could, if I wanted to, I could do another card. I can, just for the words, and see if I can come up with more stuff. But I'm going to piece together what I have from that. And I'll write it down. So what we have here, to sum it up, is Blake stumbles onto a village market. They don't give you a lot of space on these, so you gotta really sum it up good. That's probably a criticism of these sheets, that they're a little bit too small with these. Lady tells him where he is. Now I can make up a town name, or there's a mythic chart with town names I could try to, but I'll probably just make it up. Lady tells him where he is. Lady tells him where... Tells him where he is. I don't know where I get is from. He is. After guy. After townsman. Runs off. The henchman steps forward. I'll say maybe steps in front of her. Squeeze it in there. So okay. So I'm gonna add another NPC. Female. Townsman. Blake stumbles into a village market. Lady tells him where he is after Townsman runs off. The henchman steps in front of her, which I have ready to go. And that goes right into my second scene, which is the combat trigger. So the chaos has gone up, which means it's geared for more yeses than no's. But when I ask questions, when the chaos is going up, I want to make sure that the questions are kind of geared against Blake. So they're going against him in a kind of a negative way, since the chaos is going up, which is it's kind of a tough thing to do. This is one of the reasons why I practice doing this, is so I get used to asking challenging questions when the chaos goes up. So the next scene, I got a good setup. It's a confrontation between the henchman and Blake. We're going to have hopefully a little combat, unless something extraordinary happens, I think. And we're going to go through combat real basic. I got my poker chips here. Alright. These are for, I believe, for grit. I can use them for grit. I get 8 grit. So that's pretty good. And again, combat is pretty simple. Turn-based, and usually hit on a 5 or 6. And that's the same for the villains as well. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next scene. And it should be a good one. Keep on solo questing.